Forward. All right, yeah, let's go. So, um, just walk me through the design.
Right, right. Okay. I should share my screen, yeah? There's no need for that.
No, 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 no. You don't have to.
Oh, okay. All right. So basically, like this is like a real estate project, yeah? And the idea was to strike a feel that is elegant, that is sophisticated, right?
Mhm,
Okay. So we deal with like selling premium properties, right? Not just any other properties, premium properties,
mhm,
and we hope to like reflect that idea on the design, right? So hence the font choice, hence the color choice. That's like the dark background giving
mhm.
you the sophisticated feel, and the big fonts, right?
Yeah.
Trying to like yeah, and then with this part, I did this thing with the star where it still gives you that premium feel, right?
Mhm.
And then I think pretty much I think that's it. I think that's it. And the idea was to create something that is in terms of um so yeah, like I want it to be modern
Mhm.
and at the same time I wanted it to be kind of like traditional.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All
yeah.
right.
So that's why you see we have the font with the sharp edges, but yet we still have like,
Round corners.
curved elements and curved shapes. Yeah, 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 round corners. Exactly.
All right, that's fine. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, basically, what we'll be doing today is redesigning this. This looks good already, but I just felt like, what would I do if I were given the opportunity to work on this? And that's basically what we'll be doing. I'll be sharing with you how I choose my types. Maybe not necessarily choose because I already know what type I will be using. I'll most likely be using the same thing you use, to keep things simple. But I would also be sharing how
Mhm.
I make my typographic game look a bit more better than what you would regularly find. And then I'll probably share how I come about my layouts. Now, truth be told, when it comes to me choosing layout, I just wing it. I don't have an actual process, right? I do believe that when it comes to layouts in web design, especially those super um, weird looking layouts, it just depends you know, on curiosity and a good eye for design, right? So I'll probably just explain a few things that made my choice, and we'll move on with that. So yeah, let's get started. So first off, I love to use the desktop screen size. I don't know, that's what I prefer, 1440 pixels. Yeah, so next up is I'll probably duplicate these and then I'll create my navigation bar. I love my nav bar to be about 100 pixels. And you have here real estate are home, for sale, for rent, and about. All right, so also we're going to be keeping that theme. So let me just choose that color. What color is this? OD. All right, that's fine. So real estate. Is it together? Yeah, it is. And I'll make these 20 pixels like so. All right, so first off, I'm going to remove this from bold. I'm going to keep it regular. I'll set the line height to auto. I love to do that all the time. And then I'll create the R sign. Whatever that means. Like, I don't know what that R stands for, do you?
I think registered or something.
Nah, come to think of it, I don't think you would be wrong. I've actually just never given it a thought. So I'll flatten this so it doesn't have those extra space. And then I'll shrink it into
Yeah, it means
this.
registered trademark.
Oh, nice. Now that makes total sense. So you were right. You're smart. You're obviously smarter than me.
Mm.
All right. So,
Please, let's not do that.
well, smart is not the same thing as smart is one thing now. I can be a good designer, but I'm not a smart one. Who knows? All right, so yeah, I think our logo is sorted. I won't do much. So also, I would love to make sure I'm using 40 pixels of margin. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there you have it. So on the other side, I see you have a CTA and these guys. Now I'm going to copy the whole of this. Copy it. I'm going to paste it here. So one thing that works whenever you're creating premium UI, right? You always want to make sure that you are doing something a bit off the regular. Ideally, it would be fine to have it here, but that is already regular. So a way to be regular is to center it. Now, another way to be regular is to move it to the right. The point is, do the regular. Like, your first thought should be irregularizing the regular, if that makes sense.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that's like the first thing to do. First thing first. Like, first thing to do, just do the regular. Once you do the regular, then you can begin to build a pattern. So I'll return this to regular auto. 14 pixel is perfect. Now, one thing I also love to do is to tighten my font. Since the space growth text, I'll be using -2.5 for my regular font. And there you have it. Every other regular, except for the logo, would be -2.5. Alright, so there. Free consults, I don't know. Should I leave this as like this, or I should make it all caps? I'll leave it this way. I'll leave it this way. Yeah, so we have our navigation set. Now the next thing is to choose our style for the hero section, and this is usually my favorite part of my UI, the hero section. This is a good scenario. I actually don't have any ideas just yet, so it will be a good situation to experiment. I'll try as much as possible to keep the whole UI under 1 hour. So please keep me in time. All right, so I'm going to use your copy as well. We offer only comfort. So I'm going to bring that here. And I'm going to make everything all caps. First, stretch it a bit. First, remove this from. Yeah, I need to remove that from. Now. Okay, does this look good? It's a bit too wide. So for bigger fonts, I'll be using -5%. Yeah, that's a bit tighter. And okay. This is where it begins to get confusing. Or no, not confusing. This is where the challenge begins itself. Choosing what layout would be best. Alright, so let me take this out. I think I would go with editorial, like the one I made for Eugene yesterday. So for that to happen, a lot of things are about to change. Now this is where experimenting comes in. Basically, it's called experimental UI for a purpose. Meaning whoever is going to be watching this video may already begin to assume there are certain things we should be doing. But the point is, we will end up not doing most of those things because it is experimental. Now I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take these out as well. I am going to. What is the name of the brand? The name of the brand is Real Estate, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so that won't work.
That's a fictional name, though.
Yeah, of course. That's no problem. I would like to see what this looks like. This is a challenge. I'm not buying this font. This font is not giving me. It's not giving just yet. It's not giving just yet. Okay, so I would chop this off, paste it elsewhere, send it here. I would do this, put an image right here, somewhere in between. Drop this about so. Make sure it touches that edge. Bring this, make sure it touches about here as well. Thin this a bit. Maybe remove this too. I'll likely remove this. And then select all 3, slap auto layouts in between. Make sure I have 40 pixels here Drop this there, paste the rest of the text, bring this, that's too far. Let it come like so, there. All right, so what do you feel about reusing different fonts, two different fonts?
Why not? Like, provided you know how to strike the balance and it does not, just
Oh yeah, sure, trust me, I think I do.
provided you harmonize. Of course you do. Of course.
All right, so this may take a while. This may take a while. Allow me to enter my zone. Okay. All right. We
At this point, looking at my design is pretty conventional. Pretty conventional.
wait. So please, it's been long I used any space fonts. I'm trying to let me use my love. You see, it's giving me what I'm looking for. I don't have it click. Okay, let me use new. What is this? Okay, no secondary color. It's all white and black.
Color white and black.
All right, that's fine. So as of right now, I'm a bit stuck, and the next thing to do, I'm stuck on fonts. So the next thing to do is to definitely research my fonts. I know someone out there has been, why is Ozuna researching fonts? Why not? So let's go to fonts. So free resource fonts here. Fonts
I
here is a
can't
lovely
see your
place.
screen. It would be nice if I can see your screen.
Oh, that is true. You are the only victim here. Apologies, my guy. Since I'm recording, I felt like every other person would be seeing my screen. So let me share my entire screen. All right, so I'm on my way to Fontshare to look for a nice font. I want a cursive serif, like Thelma. Thelma is a very lovely font. So I'm going to download Thelma and I'm going to use Thelma for something unique.
As a secondary font, yeah?
Yeah, as a secondary font. Oh wow, the internet is fast. I'm impressed.
That's short. Nigeria.
Boom, boom, boom. Yep, there's that. Close, close, and back here, reload this page, and I should have Thelma. All right, good. Thelma definitely does not look good in all caps, so we're going to turn it to small fonts, 128, or let's change this instead. Now the truth is, not all the fonts will look good, right? Not all fonts will look good. Now, this is not giving what I want exactly, so there's a big chance that I'll change it still. But while we are at that, let's see, is it? I need to reduce this to 128. It's too coily, unfortunately. It's too coily. So
I agree.
yeah, so let me write comfort here. So when I see the way it is written, I would quickly recognize. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't actually look good. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that has less coil. Bold, but less coil. Something that looks more like an handwriting, but bold. If I don't see, we'll continue with the design. I'll come back to fix the font. Is that fine? Yeah, so we don't waste time. Because this
Yeah,
is
fine.
1 hour. It's a 1 hour challenge. I have to finish in 1 hour.
No,
Nah.
definitely.
Um, is that all? My. I didn't find anything. No. Let's go to Google. Let's go to fonts.google. Why do I keep typing? Fonts.google.com.
In moments like this, my brain just stops to function.
Yo, bro, trust me. It happens to every one of us, right? Like,
What about Alan? Alan?
spell it.
ALLAN,
If you
something like
have
that.
it, try using it. It should reflect. Use it for one
That's
of
it.
this.
This is it.
Oh, I. It's almost there. It's it's almost there. It's really, really, really almost there.
I mean, there's this update Figma needs to make where you get to actually preview your font. Like,
Right? That you don't
I
have
mean,
to. Yeah, like so simple. It's so simple. Just have that. Like as you scroll past the font, it quickly
yeah,
changes, or at least it
it's
shows.
yeah.
Yeah, I get you, bro. That would be lovely, you know. I believe it would be lovely.
I think they did that for your blend mode.
Exactly, they did it for blend mode. Like when I saw it on blend mode, I was very impressed. I felt like it should also be for because that's what makes Photoshop like very convenient. You can see the font, so you
Yeah,
know, okay, this is what I'm
actually.
going for. This is not what I want, and stuff like that. Okay, okay, I will get there. We'll find it. We'll find it. We'll find it. We'll find it. We'll
If they
find it
can
soon.
even if they can also even create like a class category for fonts, so Photoshop has that.
Nice. You see that too. If we don't find a nice serif font, we'll probably just switch back to what we have and then make it work. Comfort. Alright, I'm not finding anything. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna switch to I downloaded Recollector recently, so let me see what Recollector looks like. Or maybe all
I can
I
imagine. I just have plenty fun naming ma. What about this?
no. Switch it back. I just changed it to Recollector. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna use Recollector. Let me see what
Let's
all
go there.
caps Recollector looks like. No, never. Does it have? And it doesn't have italics too. I wish it was in italic. We only offer comfort. Or better still, my guy. Let's just continue. Don't mind me. Oh.
Nothing
This is
has
basically
happened.
how I think. I think this is how process is. I'm pretty
So, and
sure.
it's beautiful.
I'm
And
pretty
it's
sure
beautiful.
someone out there just assumes that you just cook up something and it has to go smoothly. It usually doesn't go smoothly. It's so many back and forths until like you get that thing. As
Yep.
I say, it's all about the eyes, right? So if my eyes is not seeing that result, it ain't gonna be
Mhm.
sweet. It ain't gonna be
I
sweet.
agree.
So yeah, it has to give. It has to give. So until it gives, we ain't there yet. So I'm gonna go add another image here as well, like so,
Mhm.
and probably extend this like this. Pretty sure you're like, why the hell are we doing that? But wait and see, wait and see. It's about to get out of hand. This is the point where it begins to get out of hand. So I'm gonna take this
Yes,
guy
sir.
here. I'm gonna bring it here.
Mm.
We create a form of balance here. So I don't want to completely go away from this your font. So maybe we'll use it as the body. Nah, I don't know. I don't like it anymore, man. I don't like space. There was a time I was obsessed with space growth text. Like all my works had it. I'm pretty sure the new ones I've been using are also just having their fun time, knowing that very soon I'll stop using them. Yeah, you see. So
it's like being a constitute.
you get, bro. Like I am loyal to nobody. I am loyal to nobody. I can love on you today and run away from you tomorrow, bro. It's unfortunate, but yeah, it is what it is, my guy. I'm just going around with phones. All right, so I'm gonna change this to new again. Yeah, yeah. You see, it's the moment I just use it, it just gives me joy. So I'll allow it.
Until it doesn't.
Yeah, until it doesn't. That's the word. Until it doesn't. So I need this guy to be as long as 4 lines. Now, as I say, most of this thing, because you're already disrupting a lot of alignment, like you're already causing disalignment, the best thing you can do is to make sure that things are still in place. Now, if I leave this as 2 lines, it begins to look messy. The only way this would look well is if it
Yeah.
sits in between this conveniently. So I'm going to go to
Yeah.
ChatGPT. I'm sure you can still see my screen, and I'm going to type in a prompt. I'm going to say create UX
Of like a
copies
gold,
for a
more of
website.
like a golden canon kind of grid.
What does that mean?
Oh, like golden canon, like the X staying in grid.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh, yes, definitely. For a furniture. What the hell is furniture? Furniture website. Ooh. Um, Premium plans. Instead of saying premium clients, let's say with the top 1% as the target audience. Let's see what we get. Welcome to our exclusive blah blah blah. I'm just going to copy this. I don't know what it means. I don't care to read. I'm just going to copy all that. Paste it here. Now it looks too big. So what do we do when it looks too much? We can ask ChatGPT to summarize this, but I think that's going to be a waste of time. So I set this to auto, and automatically it adjusts. And then I'm just going to paste it here. Now, of course, you may want to widen this, but I feel that's like way too much space. So maybe set this to 140 pixels, 140% cover. Yeah, that's just enough. Like so.
You just focus on web, but you also do mobile.
Like that's the thing, I do mobile, but there is very limited opportunity to do this much on mobile.
You have to flex around.
Yeah, to flex around. So I don't think I'll be going the what's it called? The that direction again. That article, whatever I called it initially, I can't even remember anymore.
Editorial.
Yeah, editorial anymore. I don't think so. So I took out that line. All right, now that we have this, yeah. So at this point, what you want to do is begin to add very very minute detail, like detail that doesn't mean so much but do so much. A good example. Do we leave this as this? This was extremely boring. So let's begin to add tiny details. This thing I learned from Chris Do. This particular thing I learned from Chris Do. There was a time
I'm a
each
big
time,
fan.
yeah. There was a time each time he presented a slide, he always had those snippets of text, two lines,
Exactly.
two lines, two lines.
Yep.
And then I felt it looked good on print. It looked good the way he used it. So I started using it for my web design as well. And it was different, so it made a lot of sense. So what we can add, let's say, so basically what I do is just add Lagos, Nigeria. As it is, when it comes to working with creative, experimental, you are less concerned about content. Like, not that you're not concerned, but what you choose to write does not matter because it's experimental. You're not trying to like create a marketing website or anything. Now, in a real situation, we may actually have to look for like proper things to write here, but this is not a real situation. It's experimental. So I'll duplicate this and shift this one also to the left and probably say something like, yeah, I did this yesterday for Eugene. I don't want to do the same again so I don't look like I'm just recycling design. So, yeah, I want to put, we've got, okay.
I mean, I feel like I like. Wow.
So take a look becomes a CTA. So for that to look like an actual CTA, you make it look different. You put either an underscore, which will not be so obvious, but if you put this guy, it's a bit more obvious, like you, or better still, nah, you. I'm not so sure I want to do this, but let's see. I put everything in a stroke. wound it up like this. And let's see what this looks like. Please. I think that's like way too large. Or it's just me. I think, yeah, the text is too much. I wish I can make this shorter. So let's see. Let's see.
Control your level of emphasis.
Yeah, like it's way too much. It's calling too much attention. I want it to be like brief. Yeah, premium wood materials. Well, as I say, in a real life situation, I'll most likely have to like get an actual content person to fix this for me because I don't want it to be too long. Yeah, this looks much better. This looks shorter. 40, 1, 2, 3, 4.
What's your take on copywriter and ChatGPT?
Is copywriter a software or an actual person who is a copywriter?
An actual person as a copywriter and ChatGPT as a copywriter.
Yeah,
what should we be looking out for in an actual person?
Okay, so I've used an actual person to write copies before, and I've used ChatGPT. And not as though this is a really, really valid point, because I've seen ChatGPT write, and sometimes I'm like, yo, this is real good. But ultimately, for me, it is the privilege to brainstorm with an actual person when it comes to what content is proper, what is actually good. That makes me feel I would rather continue to use an actual person than use ChatGPT, right? Because if it doesn't give me
touch.
Yeah, as I say, like I don't want to say that because ChatGPT can sound very human. I mean, let's say I get this now. I get this particular line. Now, if I don't want this, what I would say is provide me more ideas, and then it begins to power those ideas. And then let's say I would like something, then I would have to say like, make this shorter, make this longer, make this sound. You get like, and on the long run, it begins to like, you begin to lose that original thing, that first result it gave you that you liked, that you only needed improvement for. The more prompts you begin to send towards adjusting that prompt, the worse it begins to get. Unlike when you conversing with an actual person, where two of you now begin to think, and
it gets better.
It would only get better. So that's like my take on that.
Okay.
All right, so now that I have this, do I want to put more visual cues? Do I want to put more visual cues? Do I want to put more visual cues? No, not for now. So I'm just going to continue with this. I have this and I love it, so I'm just going to continue. I'll extend this page, and there you have it. So I'm going to draw a very thin line here. So nothing too much. Intersect, 40, 40, 40. Make this white, FFF, blah, blah, blah. 40 pixel, perfect, and yes. So now, what next do I do based on your design aesthetic? I love how you make this big and bold. I love making things look big and bold. So unfortunately, I'll be changing it to new Montreal. This is what new Montreal looks like.
Drop the weight.
Yeah, of course. You see, you drop the weight to regular. Slap that there. That's the way, my guy. Slap that there, and it looks.
How do you do that? When you drag your font to increase it, how do you do that? What's the shortcut?
K for scale.
K.
You press K for scale. Oh, you just figured.
Oh shit! Yes, I just did.
Oh wow.
That's what I just did.
Yeah. So anyone who's going to be watching this video. Anyone's going to be watching this video, if you're also just figuring out, drop a like for that, drop a comment, or just share with your friends. Thank you.
Scale.
You are thinking like me. I didn't realize you actually have something in the middle, but I already planned for that. So yes, good. I like that. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to slap it here as well. But this time I'm going to make the font bigger. New. I only need it to be 2 lines. From 16, let's go to 24. But at 24, it's taking 4 lines. So what do we do? Set this to minus 3.5. Like so. Center it. Like so. Yeah, I think 3 lines is not going to be bad. Set this to 20. And then we're going to have what this one thing I love to do. Make this large. Take the entire space if possible. Drag it like so, and add some of this. Copy as PNG. Oh no, I don't want the edges. I'll straighten that out. Copy as PNG. Slap that there. Thin this guy. Stretch it. Stretch it. Yeah.
But the weight looks different though. I don't know why. Whether it's just my eyes.
It's the font size. Yeah, that happens to me a lot too. It's the font size. Of course, the bigger it gets, the thicker it gets, you know.
Okay.
You realize, right? The bigger it gets, the thicker it gets. That's like very normal. Zero.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm gonna write show real.
I mean, you know, I'm going to cook something after this session.
That'll be nice. Would love to see. Probably slapping.
Yeah.
I would have liked a noise filter on the image. So let me see if I can get a noise texture. I already have noise gradient generator. Let's do this one. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna slap a noise filter there. I'm using not white. I don't need white, I need black. Yeah, nice. So what is the point of this? I'll explain. Hear me out. So not like this is of actual importance. I need something to blur out the image so the image doesn't look too blown out, especially when you're designing white and blacks, right? So the whole goal of this thing here is to reduce the vibrancy of this image. I don't want to reduce the opacity. I don't just want to slap in a overlay on it. I want something to make it look less loud and still catchy all at the same time. Now this is not necessarily doing the job, so I may have to remove it later, but that was the reason why I'm using it. So I've set it to 60. This looks better now. Exactly. It's still too blown out. Let's see if I can reduce the style to.
In fact, the noise wants me to. I want to click. I'm eager to want to click to see clear version of it.
Well, lovely then. I'm happy to hear that. All right. So now that we have this, the next few places say organized. Now, so the thing is this. Right, now this is one thing you would find on every conventional platform, on every conventional website. Do you also want to do this? You want to have this thing, the one that goes to the left, the other goes to the right, blah blah blah. I do not think that's like way to go.
I don't like it so
Good. So a good way to make this look even better, right, is to, of course, ruin the layout first and foremost. Like, don't do the layout. And secondly, you probably want to have a bit more text, right? A bit more text to complement certain situations, right? So instead of jumping straight to that layout, I want to have more text around that area. So a good thing to do would be to probably come here. Okay, since we have enough copies from here, so I'll just keep copying. I'll just keep copying text. Hopefully nobody gets mad at me for not being more careful about my text. So I want to do something, and I need to make sure I'm putting this in the right position. So I'm going to trigger a column, a grid column. Set this to 40, make sure everything is right, and I'm going to look for number 5 on the list. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Paste this here.
When it comes to like choosing your grid, what inspires, like What's your thought process for your grade?
You see, I don't know, this video may be doing me harm, but on the long run, I think I just need to be sincere with everyone out there, especially those who see me as an inspiration. Most of my process is actually not defined on paper, right? I'm a very aesthetic person, and of course, my designs are very organized. So when it comes to doing those things that can, those very paper type organization and stuff, I try as much as possible to be very flexible. I do have some go-to rules that guide my work ultimately, but I try as much as possible to be flexible, like all the time. Now, for me, I don't have a super super rule to my grid system. I just, for my desktop, I just use 12, set my margin, and set my pad, set my borders or the gutters, basically, right? So depending on what I want to achieve, if I'm doing dashboards, I just use 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, like 20 margin, 20 gutter. But if I'm doing like websites, depending on the kind of website, for editorial type like this, I like to make sure that my content is very close to the edges, and like 40 is like the safest, 20 will be like way too ridiculous. So 40 is the safest, 80 is the next go-to option, right? You get that, right?
100%.
Yeah, so I try not to be too, some people will come do some mathematics with their grid system. I don't understand why, right? But yeah, I know, like process, very important process. But this
I
is me
mean,
talking. Like I try to be flexible. I
yeah, but
don't
like
rely too much on
in
it.
regards to your flexibility or you being spontaneous with your grade
Mm-hmm.
system, do you think it alters or it disrupts the responsive nature of the design?
Oh, it doesn't. Why? Why would it? So basically, when I then begin to design, because I have cross-platform in mind, especially for devices, I have like other devices in mind. As irregular as this site would look like, if I'm to design the mobile, I will design a proper mobile fit and nothing will be missing, right? So with that, it's easy to begin to now frame the design into responsive layout, because if I can convert this to mobile and it will still look this good, right? So
I
that
mean,
way it solves the problem, right? It solves the problem that way.
oh,
So basically, that's how
oh,
things work for me, though.
nice, nice.
So I want to do that round thing. I am addicted to that round thing. I just love the round thing. So the plugin I'm using is called Arc. They have a new version. There used to be a very shitty one, but they have a new version now that I love so much, because now the um what's it
Edge your
called?
type.
Yeah, the results are so original, unlike before, where you would do something, the preview is going to be different from the actual results. But now, anything you find in the preview is what you're going to get as the output. So, yeah, I love it. So I have this. I'm going to duplicate this. So
And you
that.
accept.
Okay, so this is not going to give me a circle, which is fine. I don't think I want a circle anymore. So a good thing to do is to create a rectangular one, right? One that gives a rectangle. And then scale this down till I have that. So, and yeah, it's all fits centered. I'll make these stroked, make this 2 FFF, like so, and I'm gonna borrow your star and I'll slap it in the middle. All right, so now that I have that, I'm gonna okay, make sure this is centered before I'm arrested. Frame this guy, and then yes, this is framed. I will just put that here, and then I'll scale it. Like so. No, that's too large. It looks too large, so I'm going to scale it by half, about so. And then send it to the top, send it to the edge. Or just leave it where it was. Yeah, leave it there. All right. So now that I have that, I'm going to then organize well lit all those stuff. So now a good thing to do when you get to this point, you basically, so in terms of content arrangement, this place gives us that call to action. Yeah, what we like to focus on. You see a bit of showreel, see some of the things they've done. This talks about the band even more. The next thing you want to do is begin to show more detail to your works, right? A good way to do that is to have, again, those scattered layouts, as I mentioned. Instead of having this very organized and conventional UI, you then begin
Yeah.
want to go a more what's the word for it
Visual
again?
disturbance.
Yeah. Those chaotic approach. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the chaotic
Mhm.
approach to it. Now, so what I can do, which I've actually never done before, I've always seen it, I've always loved it. Now I'm going to be trying it. I'm going to set this to 180. Yeah, 180 is not bad. Let's do 200. There are no CTAs yet. That's concerning, but we'll get back to that. So there is this thing I used to see. I've seen it a few times, where there's like a grid. There's like a grid in the design. I'll be trying it for the first time today. I hope I like it. So this is from right, and probably have one more, like so. Bring this one down, like half of it. Break this like so. Yeah, let's do it this first. I don't know if I'll be convenient with it, but let's do this first. So now that we have these grids, one thing we can do is begin to slot images and text randomly in between them, right? So before that, I will probably take, not probably, I am taking organized, putting it here, changing the fonts, new, setting them to all caps, changing this to regular, and also giving this, okay, I'll leave it minus 3.5. So, okay, I'm going to leave that as well. Try not to be all weird all the time. Some things can just exist the way they are. It's not always necessary to ruin the way it looks. I think it's fine leaving some things to just look normal. So you have 40 here, 40 here, that is good. Do I want to have something here? I don't think so, because this does not look like a carousel. So I'm just going to leave it. Now I'm going to take, we probably need to change what this means. I don't know, because I think in between these boxes is where you now have the organizer stuff. So I'm going to borrow this, reduce this to 40 pixels. Set this to 16 is perfect. Probably reduce that even more. So make sure this is.
Maybe change this to what we offer or something.
Yeah, okay, good. So what we offer, like, that sounds good. That sounds good.
I don't have this one, so I can't even help you too.
Hey,
I'll download you now.
you don't have new Montreal.
No, it's I have a vertical pack, but not new Montreal.
If you have a vertical, please zip it and link it to me. I'll really appreciate it.
Oh, all right. I have all their packs.
Nice, that's nice. 20 minus 20. 380. Like so, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Oh, we are past 1 hour already. So I have used 44 minutes. But I think I'll finish. If I have 15 minutes left, so I'm pretty sure I'll finish. I'll finish on time.
I just don't believe you.
Alright, so I have that there. This is not closing. Why are you not closing? Like so. So of course, it's a random organization of images and text. So I put my image here, send this to the top, slap that to that corner, slap this here. Oh my, the sizes are not the same. That's strange. 46, 40. Perfect.
So within the
Perfect.
within the abnormality, there are still like noticeable abnormalities.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Like, you don't want to be a weirdo, you know?
Yeah, you know.
You want to be a weirdo.
I already downloaded that photo.
All right. So I have that. Okay. I like this image, but this one, I'm not so sure. Well, I'm just going to leave it. Just going to leave it. Okay. So yeah, now that we have that, another thing we can do about that part of the design is to, should we be a bit more expressive with extra text? Or now we begin
I've
to.
gotten the photo.
Oh,
Finished.
nice. Okay. So since these guys are into furnitures, it simply means at some point in time, they are also going to be selling, meaning there's going to be like an e-commerce kind of thing. So it means we have to provide them something to sell, right?
475. Yes.
So to do that, I don't want to have this guy in the middle anymore. I don't want to have him here. I need another longer text. So put this here. Okay. Probably impeccable quality of single
I
family.
mean,
So
I'm just beginning to realize that I didn't even put I didn't even put 10% of thought into this design.
the one you made, right?
I'm telling you. I mean, yo, the design looks so shitty.
Nah, nah, nah. I don't see it that way. As I said, it's a good job. That's why I picked interest in the first place. So if it's real shitty, I probably wouldn't even comment.
All right. Let's go.
All right, so I have that there. Paste this here. Move this like so. Drop this down a bit. Design premium materials. All right, it doesn't always work. It doesn't always work. So let me rethink this. I need to rethink this. Maybe 128 is too large, so let's drop to 86. I'm about to start showcasing the products. I need a very good way to introduce users into that product without making it feel so weird and unnecessary. You know, people who are like way into UX will begin to say, oh no, the important part are already beyond the fold. The text is way too large. Too many text, it's distracting. Yeah, we know, right? I'm very much aware. I am very much aware, my guy. Okay, so okay, I'm about to do something I've not done again. So this, I'm trying to be as experimental as I can, and at the same time making sure I'm within my safe space. Right? I don't want to do something I'm not convinced about.
Very well conviction for.
Yeah, because originally I was never the type to use this type of design style. Like I'm the I'm the clean, crisp UI design guy, and these designs always seem to put me off because they like break way too many rules and things are like very unnecessary.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's why I'm trying to break. I'm trying to break out from that zone. I'm
no,
trying to break out from that zone.
trust me, I understand. It's a struggle you have to deal with to be comfortable with this style of design. But once you do, it just makes sense. All right, once you're able to understand how things should work, it begins to make more sense. And then that way you can now give your actual best. So I have 10 more minutes. Impeccable equity, blah 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 blah. Now we have 120 pieces in 2023. So I'm gonna put pieces in in this for context because nobody knows what 1 to 20 means. Now pieces look so weird, so I'm going to make this very small. 40. So, and then I'm going to introduce the e-commerce section of the website. So I'm thinking of doing this again. I don't know if I'm taking a serious risk, but let's do it. Let's experiment. 1, 2, 3, 4, slap that to the top, bam, 40 pixels still. And on this side of the design, I am going to slap in a very white stuff here. That will most likely be a filter because this is the e-commerce section of the website. Now, trust me, I don't know what this is going to turn out to look like. I want the filter also to look very unconventional while still keeping everything unique. So I'll drag this guy, I'll drag him. Also, make sure it's not longer than an actual web frame. At 951, it's going to sit well. So I'll put it here so that people will know that there's more. Good. Now I know there's more. So image here, image here. Now, also you want to, because it's e-commerce, right? I need to know what product I'm buying. So I'll place that there, product name. Slap that there, make this 80 or degree so that I can.
They don't always have like they always have a reserved screen or a reserved section where they like display products that are ready to sale, right? Display
Yeah,
the landing page like this are always meant for showcase. Like so just you can still flex as much as you can, right?
yeah, sure. Let me see, but if I put it at the top, there are too many text floating at the top. So where do I put the price? Ozeno, where do you put the price? Okay, reduce this then. Set this to 20 or to 3, and then put the price here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so, dollar sign. Make it expensive. 1,20. Yeah. Now that's cheap. That's cheap. That's cheap furniture. Yeah, that looks more like it. Alright, so I'm gonna frame all of these, auto layout this, no, and frame that, copy that, and paste it here. Nani? Paste there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Alright, now that I have that, please help me source for images. Look for medieval furniture. I want medieval images look so good on black background. You don't even know. Medieval images look so good on black background. I've seen it and I love it. Alright, so what should the filter look like? There will be no search. It's just going to be filtering. Okay, what am I filtering by?
Any specific source?
Pixels. Pixels is the one and only source. Pixels.
I mean, it's large sometimes.
Alright, so I don't know what my filter should look like, so I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to do something. Have stuff. I'm going to have stuff inside this thing, and then people can just click. So click on chairs and make it extremely round, completely round. Set this to 16. Set this to 12. Then you have chairs. Okay, not yet. 12 here as well. So you have chairs, tables.
Very specific auto direction. What am I looking at?
I don't. Is this medieval? Did you get this from the medieval results?
Yes.
Okay, so I need something that looks like the kind of furniture they used in when Queen Elizabeth was during the time of Merlin. That's medieval. Medieval is like very old, like Merlin kind of
Vintage.
age. Hmm?
A vintage.
Yeah, vintage. Yeah, vintage is even more recent. So yeah, something like that. So even the type of photography has to look it. It's going to be a natural picture,
Yeah,
but then the tone of the picture has to be that tone. So you filter chairs,
I
you filter
feel,
table, you
I feel.
filter oak, you filter musgrave. Wait. If it's not oak, then it's walnut. Is it not? It's walnut. Um, 12. This will be 12 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, if it's
Retro
not,
kind of.
if it's not leather, then it's cloth, right? What else? Um, if it's not, this is already wood.
Green. And then
What else? What else can I sort by? One more thing to sort. One more thing. I'm done thinking. I'm done using my brain. One more thing. You don't know what. There's no sorting of price. If you are, you see, God will bless you with this picture you used though. This is what I'm looking for. Thank you. Yeah, that tone exactly. One more thing. I don't disappoint you guys. I need to get one more thing before I leave here. Okay, it's wasting time. So I'm going to remove it. I'm sorry. Then I'll drop these to the ground, like so. If it is 40 pixels. And then right here, what do I do with this white space? Someone is about to complain. You have so many white space. Yeah, I'll just write real estate. Then I'll make this extremely large, unnecessarily large. And then this is still very small. It is 40. -7. So it's probably
so
said this
like
one minus
so
5.
all so this is fixed, yeah. This is like what is scrolling, yeah. This is what is scrolling.
Yeah, and it
Is
scrolls
it?
it scrolls horizontally.
Yeah, they just took my light.
Oh shit.
No, I just turned on the water. Man, what I'm from.
Alright, almost over. I love this. Look at this beauty. Okay, almost done, yeah? Okay, so I figured out something. I'm going to remove the noise on that previous image and then apply noise to the entire website. Okay, so now we're left with the footer. What should that look like? Should we do like a...
I
I
was
don't...
thinking of breath on Twitter.
Of what? You're thinking of what?
Brett, the guy that Brett, the guy that stole
Oh shit.
Power.
Please, let's just... I have nothing to say about that conversation. So I'm just going to skip. I'm going to skip.
Okay, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
I'm going to skip on that, yeah. Okay, so what do I do next? Footer. I have 1 minute to go, and I don't have a footer. Why don't you even have a footer, this guy? You don't have a footer, so we can't steal from the footer. All right. So since I only have footer left, I think I pass. I did well. I finished strong.
You did. This is exceptional, bro.
Yeah,
This is exceptional.
but I still need footer. Still, you know. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's
Yeah,
let's
we could
let's.
just.
It doesn't
Okay,
have
go
to
ahead.
be
Fine.
anything major anymore. It doesn't have to be anything major anymore. I think the most part has been sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
most part has
agree.
been sorted, and I don't have. I would have actually loved to go to one of my. Okay, let me just do that. Let me do that. Let me go to my old projects and see if I can. just rebrand something without having to think through
I
designing a
mean,
footer.
you already used the real estate symbol there, so like that's a gunner.
Yeah, like I think I finished the task. I won the race. I finished the task.
Yeah, you
Now they
you
awaited
finished.
me. Now they await me. My reward. Alright, so unfortunately I don't even have footers on my. Yeah, that's true. I don't think I've actually ever designed a footer. Okay. Well, it's unfortunate. Maybe I should borrow this guy. I like it. Well, I don't have a footer. I think one other thing I would love to do is to create like an intro, a UI intro into this project, as I used to do for my other projects. It would be lovely.
I mean, those elements, it's like just minor elements, makes it look really, like gives it it gives it a significant feel, but subtle. You know,
Yeah, it does. Trust me, it does. And I'm a big fan of those things, man. I'm a big fan. I'm a very big fan. If I don't have these elements, I don't feel like I've done it yet. There needs to be it. It has to be there. Okay, it's like I'm beginning to steal from myself. Oh, yeah, but
very important, though, very important.
yeah, it's my work, I guess. All right, so yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have a footer, but we did a good job, right?
We did, we did.
Yeah, we did a good
This is
job.
more than
So
just a good job.
basically, we have. So yeah, I'm just going to steal these images. Why am I using the word steal, bro? I said I was not going to talk about stealing. All right, so yeah, we're just going to use these images, the ones you have here. And then you're going to paste a few there, and yeah, boom, bam, we're done. Now, I like this. I like this stone. I like this stone. Yeah, I'm just going to leave
I
that
guess we
there,
could
man.
like that would be here.
Yeah, so now let me grab a noise. Let me grab a noise. Yeah, I think I have noise somewhere in one of my designs. I think I missed it here, so copy that, bring it here, paste it there. Bam! There we go. Noise. Although I can't see shit. Oh yeah, there's noise now, but it's too dark. So I'm gonna increase this to 30. It's too dark. Oh, that's too much noise.
Wait, you're putting noise in the element,
Yeah, it's too much.
like the text element.
Now I have to remove. I have to like raise the text element above. So I'm going to push all the text elements to the top while the noise sits behind. Yes. So let me
Well, I
just.
don't get what's going on here.
Let me
Like,
just share.
where is the noise coming from?
Now I just pasted it. Now I'm going to send it to the back.
Oh, okay.
Send it to back. Yeah, but if I send it to back, it doesn't become obvious anymore. Let me set this to 100. I need the noise to kind of like affect the images instead, not the text. Okay, so chill. I'm about to do something. Now, let me duplicate this so I don't ruin the good work we have started. So I want to use paper. I want to use. Okay. That noise is now is noising. The noise is way too much. Drop it to 30. Hello there. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Look at that.
I mean, this color is awesome.
I don't like it.
I love it. But like, if it goes darker, it's going to be like beautiful.
You know what? Scrap that. Let's just use black. Let's just use what we have. And this noise is not performing well where it is. I was going to send it back to the top, but I'm going to reduce that to 10%. Yeah, I think it's just good this way.
Except the noise, except you make the noise like white. Make the noise white and then reduce your opacity. Since you're putting it on black.
That's true. Where is it? Like, look at how far back it is. Okay, noise and texture. White noise. Add to layer. Remove this black noise. Set this to 100, like so, and then reduce that to 25. Still too much. 15. Aha, it's almost there. 15, let's do 10. Okay, let's do 5%. Yeah. And yeah, that's it. That's it. No more. We ain't going no further. Alright, and still looks weird that I don't have a footer. Shit. Looks weird I don't have a footer. So please.
I mean, you could just put copyright.
Okay.
Copyright and a line.
Alright, I think I know what to do. So it's called real estate, right? That's the name of the. So I'm just going to scale this guy. Okay. This is 45. This is 30, 39. Okay. Real estate. Copy this guy for no reason. Bring it here.
I can help you with a navigation bar in case you need it.
The nav bar? No, I don't need a nav bar now. Okay. Something to drop on this base, right? Like.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, my footers are also not like the conventional, so I won't be having all that layer stuff. Probably just have love our stuff. Send us email.
I made the love. Oh, okay. Of like a contact some kind of thing.
Yeah.
Creative design consumes a lot of brain power.
I guess it does, proper. It does. I don't know. Is this the same font I've been using? Why does it look so weird? Okay, it's at 0%. I've seen why. I don't use this guy at 0%. The letter spacing.
Spacing.
Yeah, I don't use it at 0. So when I see it at 0, it looks weird, So yeah, this is going to be also like this. And let's see if I can get this. Not as two thing. I want to put a full stop here.
Cancel. The strike through is giving me.
Don't touch it vibe.
Giving me a. Don't send me an email.
Of course not. Okay, let's do something else then. Let's use an underscore. An underscore looks more realistic. And probably tone this guy down. Like so.
Yeah.
And then I'm sorry guys, I won't be using you anymore. So now I'm just gonna add Facebook, Twitter, and the likes, those stuff. So if you can do that for me now, that would be great. So just put in those icons inside. Oh, you don't have it?
I do. I should.
Yeah, so if you can get them and just fix them there. So while you do that, I want to see if I can come up with an intro. I don't necessarily have to, but I want to see if I can. It's a challenge now. Now I have to be creative. Okay. I do have an idea though. But it will allow me to go and open. It will make me go and open Premiere Pro to convert a video to a GIF, and I don't want to do that. Okay, so there's no need. I think I'm just pleased with the results. I don't think I need to do any extra stuff at this point. Right? Yeah, I think we did a good job, bro. Yeah, in 1 hour. 1 hour. Without the footer, we did it in 1 hour. So yeah, I think my record still stands.
It
still,
does, certainly does.
yeah. So yeah, I'm pleased with what we have. Think, okay. Um, yeah, good job, bro. Good job. This was a pretty interesting one. I enjoyed it.
Yo, your process is something else. It's something else.
Did I
I
even?
mean, I can't imagine. I can't imagine the. Can't imagine what's going through. What's going on in your creative box, like internally. how much how much you filled yourself, with ah, like I can't
Well,
imagine.
I think this is a good situation where when I tell people that most of the time I don't use like references to create websites, not because I don't use references, but like 90% of the time when I'm not doing much, I look at people's work, I consume people's work,
You feed your mind.
yeah, I feed
You
my
feed your
mind with
intuition.
exactly. I feed my mind with enough, and I pretty much believe that's the problem with many designers. Now, there are good designers in the industry, but there are very few creative designers, right? And the problem
Mm,
to creativity is the fact that everybody wants to create something original, but not everybody wants to understand, or not everybody understands how to be original by learning off people. Now, people who try to then replicate that circle begin to lift design instead of getting inspired by design. And there's a big difference.
exactly.
I may go online. Like a good example, some of the works I've been doing, I've begun to see people make attempts on those work, and then when I see those work, I'm quickly able to say, oh, that's my work, right? Because it looks exactly the same. Instead of the work inspiring them to create,
Mhm.
they are not undergoing that creative process where all you need to do is go to the design, look at it, see more designs, look at them, combine everything together and mix it up in your mind. In the sense that
Yeah,
the nav is inspired by something else, this is inspired by something else, this is inspired by something else. Every block of the design is inspired by something else. And by the end of the day, you have
yeah,
something completely unique, right? And
unique.
the only way to actually achieve is by experimenting. And in
I agree.
experimental design, you are never wrong, right? Because there's no guide to it. There's no this must be here, that must be there rule to experimental design. And yeah,
Yeah.
like look at this. This is an award worthy website. We just created an award worthy website in like 1 hour. Yeah, it was great.
I
It
agree.
was great. It was great having this meet with you.
Session.
Yeah,
Thank you very
it's a
much,
very
man.
beautiful one. Before we go, let's take
Ooh.
pictures, bro. Let's take pictures. My